Hey everybody, Shane here, Shoebox Legends. Thanks for joining me for a quick rummage through some relatively recent online pickups. This Santé cream cheese box holds a lot of my singles that I buy on eBay and sometimes even ComC, some nicer ComC cards. And today we're just gonna rummage through it, try to keep it to about the 10-minute mark and take a look at some of what I've been adding to my collection. And we're gonna start with a cool one here. This is an Upper Deck Midnight of Nikita Kucherov, the player who just wrapped up the NHL season with the scoring title. It's not the first time that he's done it, but he edged out Nathan MacKinnon of the Avalanche, and he has the Tampa Bay Lightning firmly in the playoffs as well, and hope to see them advance far. And this is a pretty cool parallel. These are numbered to 25. You can see here, this is actually copy 1 of 25. And what they did, these ran for 3 years from 2015 through 2017. They parallel the flagship Upper Deck base set, and they were given out at the Expo up in Canada. So there's a giant show called the Expo. It's almost like their version of the National. The only difference is it takes place twice a year, once in the fall and once in the spring. And so what Upper Deck would do for a 3-year period, 2015 through 2017, they gave these out in promotional packs at the Expo, numbered to 25, and you would get a Series 1 Midnight Parallel in the Fall Expo, and then in the Spring Expo, when Series 2 was out, you'd get a Series 2 Midnight Parallel. So these didn't exist for too long, but being numbered to 25 and parallels of the main kind of flagship set in hockey, I think they're really neat, and happy to have that Kucherov in the collection. And we actually have back-to-back NHL cards here, which I guess is fitting given that we're in the depths now of the Stanley Cup playoffs. But this is an Upper Deck Exclusives Ron Francis, the greatest Hartford Whaler of all time. Of course, this is later in his career with the Carolina Hurricanes, numbered to 100. This particular card is from 1999, the second year that they did the Exclusives parallel, and they still make these to this day. You are probably tired of hearing me talk about them if you come by the channel frequently. They are one of the main parallels that I love collecting on the hockey front. And we've got a quick baseball card here after a couple hockey to get us started. And this is something that I talked about recently on my collab with my good buddy Brent Richards over at Brent Richards and Baseball Cards. We do our ball card banter show, and our most recent episode was on post-playing era cards. And I talked a little bit about my love for Panini Prism over the last couple of years, in particular, since they lost the MLB PA license and had to start including these old-time greats and dead ball era guys in Prism. This is Sam Rice, one of my personal favorites, his first Prism card in 2023. And this is the gold numbered to 10. I have copy 2 of 10 here on the Sam Rice. So 3 straight serial numbered cards out of the Santé cream cheese box to start us off today. And that's not too surprising to me. I do really, really enjoy serial numbered cardboard when it comes to modern pickups. And we've got another Kucherov and another serial numbered card. This one is kind of fire here. This is a high gloss. You can see down here in the lower right, high gloss, and then it's got this kind of rainbow foil effect. It's a little bit light in here, so it's hard to make out, but rainbow foil for the team logo, the Upper Deck logo, and even the serial numbering here. Copy 8 of 10. These are numbered to just 10 every year. Very, very tough cards. Almost impossible to find or to afford of the big name players. Like I've tried to bid on a couple of Ovechkins in recent times, and they've gone for many hundreds of dollars. But I got a great deal on this Kucherov. This is from 2020-21 Upper Deck Hockey, which was one of his dominating performances. So awesome Kucherov there. I think I should look it up, but I think the Lightning won the Stanley Cup in 2021, potentially. Here's a cool one from Japan. This is from Topps Chrome, the Nippon Professional Baseball release, and it's Vladimir Balentine, the player who holds the single season home run record for NPB, Nippon Professional Baseball, over in Japan. And this is a Topps Chrome Blue Refractor from his time late in his career with the SoftBank Hawks. Just a great card here, as Topps Chrome Blue typically are. It is numbered to 150. And I went kind of down a rabbit hole of picking up a lot of his cards over the last year or two. Since I learned that he held that record, and since almost nobody in the hobby knows who he is or cares about him, he's been really fun to kind of collect on the cheap and get a lot of tougher to find, lower numbered cards that I might be priced out of when it comes to a lot of other baseball players of significance. But when it comes to Vladimir Balentine, you can pick them up for literally $1 or $2. We got a Mookie Betts up next here. I'm actually going to take this one out of its protective casing as well because this is a 2016 Topps Heritage Chrome Refractor, and look at the shine on this card. This is from the era back before this past year where they used this great kind of stippling effect or whatever you call that in the background. Really gives the card some great texture to go along with the shine. And a pretty early career. This is like a third year Mookie Betts. These refractors are always serial numbered as well. In this case to 567. So keeping our run of serial numbered cards going here. Every single card, actually, in fact, all 6 that we have pulled so far in this rummage are serial numbered. So that kind of gives you an idea what I look for in some respect anyway when I'm browsing Modern. We'll keep the serial numbering going, and we have even yet another Nikita Kucherov card. I did not rig this or try to time this, but it is working out nicely in line with the fact that he just won another scoring championship in the season that just wrapped up here. This is his Upper Deck exclusives, same as the Ron Francis that we saw, the one parallel that's continued through the ages. And I've got a little bit of dust on the top of these top loaders, holy cow. But from 1999 all the way to 2018 here with this Kucherov, one consistent parallel. So we'll take this one out as well. So these dingy top loaders are going to get recycled after this, and these will get added to some nice new protective card supplies here. We got a Rafael Devers, guy that's had a really tough, like brutal start to the 2025 campaign. I mean, he runs hot and cold as it is, but he has been abnormally and particularly cold to start the 2025 season. He's somewhat turning it around. I mean, he can't play any worse than he did for the first week or two. I know the Sox bringing in Bregman and causing kind of some confusion as to who was going to man third base, I don't think really helped the Devers situation. But yeah, great card here. This is kind of an alternate image variation of his Topps Chrome rookie card from 2018. So a really sneaky good card. This should probably be in a one-touch magnetic, not a penny sleeve floating around in a cheese box. So I'll take care of that after the video. We'll get him one touched up. Got another Red Sox card here. And that Devers that we just saw was actually the first one today that was not serial numbered, but we go right back to the serial numbering with a 2018 Independence Day Boston B-Boys. Now, I'm not normally a huge fan of these like weird modern combo cards where they just have an odd assortment of players and kind of an interesting little headline. But whatever, I get it. You know, here's 3 players who played for Boston at the time whose last name begins with B. You've got Mookie Betts on the left, Jackie Bradley Jr. Front and center there, number 19. And then we've got Andrew Benintendi, who is still in the league and still playing well, just like Mookie, over on the right there. So just the fact that it's a first-year Independence Day card, numbered to 76, these just aren't easy to find. And they're still, to this day, my favorite iteration of Independence Day, which does continue on into and including 2025 Topps here. And I actually just picked up my very first 2025 Topps Independence Day card, and that is on the way and expected to arrive this week. So keep an eye out for that one coming to the channel soon, and I'll be able to get a feeling for kind of what I think of those in hand. Next up, we saw the Mookie Betts Heritage Refractor over there on the right. This is just the Heritage Chrome, not the refractor version, just Chrome from 2008. It's the Pudge Rodriguez. And this is a card that, to be honest with you, I don't think I would really buy these days. I probably bought this 2 or 3 years ago, and it might have even been part of a small lot of a handful of these. But yeah, cool enough card anyway. This will go into kind of a shiny Z-Folio or binder, or maybe I'll send it out to a Tigers fan out there. We got another exclusives parallel hockey card here. Joe Sakic, one of the great players of his generation. And how about this image? About to potentially score here on Dwayne Rollison. Just a killer from above shot, taken from the rafters. You can see this is from the rainbow foil era of exclusives, where his name and the logo and the word exclusives here are all done in that wonderful rainbow foil. In this case, this is a 2007 Upper Deck exclusives, and look how long he'd already been in the league, racking up the points. Already close to 1,600 points in the NHL by the time this card was issued, and now enshrined in the Hall of Fame and one of the all-time great Colorado Avalanche players. And let's do one more here. We're going to finish off with this, and it's a random vintage baseball card. I don't recall this one being in there. It's a 51 Bowman Fred Sanford for the New York Yankees. There's some kind of like a little bend or print line here on the left, which is probably why I got this very cheap. But as I've said many times before here on the channel, I'm almost helpless when it comes to especially 50 through 52 Bowman. I'll collect almost any player. They're just all beautiful. And when I find one that's not completely beaten up or destroyed and the price is right, it's just really, really tempting to add into my collection. So Fred Sanford, actually, let's take a look at the back. Nice and clean, no wax stains or anything on this one. Card number 145 in the 51 Bowman baseball set. A set that we saw plenty of examples from in my recent top 100 cards countdown. So that's going to be a wrap on today's rummage. We'll keep it short and sweet. A lot of serial numbered greatness here, and then even some vintage baseball to end. Really appreciate you sticking it out for this one. I'll be back soon, as you know. And until then, enjoy the hobby, everybody. Take care.